Liverpool are now 11 points clear at the top of the Premier League table, and we've got a new list leader, or joint list leader. 2 game weeks to catch up with now, starting with Matchweek 25.
He's Carl Armstrong. This is 48 Hours Football. Welcome to What's He Doing?
What's he done?
And the first game of Matchweek 25 was Brighton versus Chelsea.
Yeah, that's right. And up first, Sean, Trevor Chalobah, straight on the list. What's he doing?
What's he done?
He's come over from Palace. We've relied on him, but he's been made to look a total fool by Matoma. Touch is immaculate, but you can't let him take that. It was Messi-esque. Judging the flight of the ball is clearly something that Chalobah be lacking at the moment.
Next up is Mark Cucurella. Both him and Jorgensen got sent by the dummy, and he rolls it into the corner of the goal with ease. Chelsea look awful this game.
Yeah, they're not looking too great, and it just adds insult to injury when we get another name from every week, it seems, at this moment. Levi Colwill, what are you doing?
What have you done?
Welbeck touches him, and Colwill think that's enough for a foul. He's just doing all of the amateur dramatics on the floor. He then gets a slight block on his shot, still goes in. It's not going out enough for it to be a deflection, but do your job, Levi, bruv. It's starting to be very frustrating to be a Chelsea fan. Thankfully, moving on from the first time we've been able to introduce Chelsea at the beginning of What's He Doing, we're going for West Ham versus Brentford.
It's a former Chelsea player on the list. It's Emerson. Absolutely bottled the header against Mbeumo. Just no passion from the former Chelsea man.
Yeah.
And Mbeumo heads it straight through to Sharda, and Areola hits some sick breakdance moves. They'll be on the screen right now. Fully upside down on his head. And the next game is Fulham versus Nottingham Forest.
All right, thank you for that, Sean. And yes, up next is Morato. Not Morata, Morato. What's he doing?
What's he done?
He lost an aerial duel to Emile Smith-Rowe somehow. Guy's 5'1". And this is just another example of a defender that just can't track the flight of a ball. It's just summoning in a Chalobah.
Calvin Bassey. He's getting on the list for regular these days. He's running alongside Chris Wood, and Chris Wood controls the ball with his arse. And then somehow Bassey doesn't receive the ball. And then Chris Wood shoots, and Bassey scores with his arse in his own net.
All right, last in this game is Aina. What's he doing?
What's he doing?
Oh, sure, man. Another one. Bassey made up for his mistake. And Aina needs treatment for his situms. Stuck in the mud syndrome. Sean has done the thing, no doubt.
Look at the budget on the edit.
Yeah, see it, 100%. Production value up. Watches the ball come over to the back post while simultaneously forgetting he's supposed to be marking the back post. Well, Sean's gone from Arse City last week to leak Arse this week. Sean, take it away. Arsenal versus Leicester.
If I must leak Arse, I will.
That's it.
And Wout Faze, or Faze Woutar, as he's
What was he doing?
What has he done? The King Power must be haunted, the amount of time Leicester defenders are caught marking ghosts.
Yeah, that's it.
There's no one by Faze.
Yeah.
And he's fully marking something. I don't know what it is. Faze is stood 4 yards in front of Mikel Merino and does not jump a millimetre to block this cross.
You can't be asked.
The centre mid, Mikel Merino, scores 2 goals this game.
Madness.
And who was at fault for his second goal of this game?
It wasn't Wout Faes, it was Victor Christensen. Okay, Marino might be invisible to Leicester defenders. Both Ockley and Christensen looked directly at him and didn't think to mark him. Just nothing. Just marking ghosts, same as before. Christensen is more out of position than Ockley, so that's why he's narrowly not got on the list. But Christensen, he's straight on it. Get on list. Yeah, nobody wants to get on this list. And straight up next, Southampton, Bournemouth. Sean, take it away.
The joint leader of the list. He's here.
Yeah.
And his name is Jan Bednarek. The cross is perfect. It's literally like nothing you could do about the cross.
Yeah.
But Bednarek stood in the middle of the box doing airplane charades. Like, why aren't you marking him? Why aren't you marking? But no, it doesn't look like a good attempt at defending. And as an avid fan of the Premier League, it just annoyed me, so you're on the list.
Fair enough. I'm going to give him a bit of a respite because the next goal, first one this week, no fault. Rarity this season for a no fault, though. Last season, way more. Ryan Christie receives the ball 20 to 25 yards out, one touch, and then delivers it to the bottom corner with an absolute stinger. I get 2 for 2. 2 goals in this game. No fault again. Can you believe it? Sean, what's he doing?
What's he done?
No one's done nothing. So the no fault in this one's going because Tavernier rifles another one straight in the bottom corner, very similar to Christie's, bringing that game to an end, and that brings us to Villa Ipswich.
Oh, yeah.
Sean, you're getting all the goals. All even numbers here.
Tyrone Mings.
Yeah.
He's back from injury early.
Yeah.
He should have stayed injured.
Yeah.
What is the point in being stood in the box when as soon as the ball's played in, you step to your byline, just next to the goal? It's like, you're not even blocking the goal.
No block, playing everyone on side.
You just stepped out the way. You left Desarzi, of all people, to defend 3 people. And as a Chelsea fan, I can tell you, do not leave Disasi to defend anything.
That's it. You've made a mistake there, bro.
That guy could be stood in front of a locked safe and the door would just open.
Exactly, yeah.
And hit him and knock him out of the way.
Everything's exposed at the back with Disasi blocking it. All right, we'll bring the game to a draw, though, Sean. What's he doing?
What's he done?
Connor Townsend. Not a name I get to say very often. Yeah, Rashford here, right, nearly made the amount of Man United fans there are around the world drop down dramatic. But he hits the bar, and Watkins is way quicker to the ball than Townsend. You got to switch that brain on, Connor. Man City versus Newcastle. Sean's up first.
Kieran Trippier.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
What's he done?
Kieran Trippier may have just dropped the worst first half defensive performance I've ever seen.
He's done that before this season or last
Oh,
season.
no. Not this bad.
Really?
For the first one, he's gone and ran underneath the ball. Edison's launched up the field, and Trippier's decided, I could head that away, or I could just stand there and control it.
Can he reach?
Instead, I'm going to go full sprint underneath it, not even look at the ball the whole time. The jump he does, pathetic.
Yeah.
And then Marmoush is left one-on-one with Dubravka, and he decides, I'll just lob you because you're 30 yards out your goal.
Yeah.
What happens next?
What happens next is Kieran Trippier. You're at fault again. What's he doing?
What's he done?
First double of this week, and it ain't going to be the last one. And yeah, for his second trick, he eats a drop of the shoulder like it's made of shredded wheat. Just leaves Marmoush face to face with Dubravka once again. Like, they've had a beef. They must have done. Trippier and Dubravka must not like each other because he's letting everything be.
Oh, don't worry. Marmoush enjoys himself just that little bit more.
He doesn't.
Because Kieran Trippier at the hat-trick.
Yeah.
The coup de grace of the first half shambles from Kieran Trippier. As the ball is played in to Marmoush, Trippier decides, I'm going to take 3 steps back. He's then off the pitch to the left-hand side of the goal. And Marmoush is 3 yards out on his own.
Oh, again.
And he scores a first half hat-trick.
Sean, there was another goal. But it wasn't Kieran Trippier.
Yeah.
It was Sandro Tonali. What's he doing?
What's he done?
Start the allegations that Tonali is not Italian because Italians would never defend by hitting a spin next to the person that they are marking. What even was that? What the hell is even that? Do you know who else isn't Italian?
No.
Anyone that plays for Palace or Everton because they're up next. Crystal Palace versus Everton. Sean, take it.
Tyreek Mitchell. Now, he quite literally throws possession away. And one pass later, Everton are 1-0 up.
Up next, Sean, is Vitaly Mikalenko. What's he doing?
What's he done? Been a while, but he's back.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's nice to see him back. Steps back to play everyone on side and still cannot get to the ball before Mateta. Yeah, not Mateto. Mateta.
Mark Gurhey. One of the first things you learn when you are playing football is to play to the whistle. Now, Gurhey obviously sees his teammate handball it. Yeah. It would have been a penalty. But suddenly, he's frozen, stood there looking like he's waiting for a bus. Both hands in front of him. And he's not even on the football pitch at that point. And then the shot is rifled at Will Hughes next to him and hits him directly in the middle of his chest.
Yeah.
And then another, the rebound's just placed in. But Will Hughes takes a hit on this one.
Yeah, just take it straight to the lungs.
Gurhey's just stood there posing. And up next, I get to introduce the game.
Finally.
Liverpool versus Wolves.
Hell yeah, and up first, Totti Gomes. What's he doing?
What's he done?
It's actually Gomez, but what in the under sevens kind of clearance is that? He scoops it 6 yards towards his own goal. Like, I'm at a loss. I'm not quite sure why. The perfect pass to Luis Diaz, who scores with his Colombian sidewinder.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, it's a missile for any.
If I'd have put that clearance in high school,
yeah,
I'd have had the kit bag thrown at me.
Your kit bag, you're the water boy.
With
now.
all the spare boots in,
subbed off.
the cones, that's getting lobbed at my head.
Yeah.
Jose Sarr, give pen, get fault.
Yeah, that's what's he done.
Grabs Diaz's shoe instead of the ball.
Yeah, it's an outrageous one. You're well aware that the ball's gone. You could easily put your hand
Yeah,
back
but
there.
Diaz doesn't score with his shoes. You should have grabbed what he scores with.
What shit.
The old Colombian sidewinder.
Yeah, that's right. All right, third. Ryan Gravenberg. What's he doing?
What's he done?
Goal of the week. Yeah, it's not no fault, but goal of the week. Cunha could drop a defender in a smart car. The cutback onto his left sold Gravenberg and Van Dijk. What a goal.
Yeah.
It was delectable.
Yeah.
But if you're going to get bought like that, you belong in Gotham. You're that corrupt. You can't be getting sold like a kipper like that, Bosh. Can't be doing it.
If I see any other Premier League team sign that man, other than Chelsea, I will cry for a week straight.
Next, Tottenham Hotspur versus Manchester United.
Matthias de Ligt. Now, it's harsh, but rules are rules. You know, Onana's save, not that good.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he parries it.
He parries it into trouble.
Into an area that it's hard to defend and very easy to attack.
Yeah, it's still trouble.
and the one and only James Maddison,
Mm-hmm.
because he scored.
He did.
Decides, I'm going to beat Matthias de Ligt to that ball.
Yeah.
And he does. And de Ligt does not react anywhere near fast enough.
No.
And then he stood there, hands on head, looking at Onana. Onana's looking at him. It's like, we're done. And the next game, the last game of Matchweek 25.
Oh, yes,
The
let's
reason
go.
there's a double Matchweek this week.
Yeah.
Because this game was randomly in the middle of both
Yeah,
weeks.
'cause I know, Liverpool get played again.
Aston Villa versus Liverpool.
Up first is Andres Garcia. Sean, what's he doing?
What's he done?
He plays a 5-yard pass straight to Diogo Jota. He plays for Liverpool, not Villa. What are you doing?
Genuinely, I do not understand what I watched.
You guys can see it. You tell us. Get in the comments.
Ibu Konate.
Yeah, what's he doing?
I'm a big fan.
Hmm.
But when you're stood in the box jumping around like you're at a trampoline park, you've got to get on the list. This is funny.
Yeah.
Like, moments of the season, this one's got to be up there.
Bouncing around.
The ball's in the air 3 times. He's underneath it 3 times.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. I'm showing all 3 attempts.
Yeah,
It's beautiful.
love to see it. Virgil van Dijk, a rare one to get on the
He's
list.
top of the list for Liverpool.
Really?
Yep.
Last year, man, this guy was ironclad, but now slipping. Either that or people have just figured him out. Sean, what's he doing?
What's he doing?
He's lost all sense of awareness, and Watkins sneaks round him to head it in as well. Like Van Dijk's so dominant in the air, and yet Watkins, relatively subpar striker, has made him look a little amateur.
That's harsh.
It's harsh
Harsh for
saying it.
Watkins.
So
Just because he can't do it in an English shirt. Tyrone Mings. He's back.
Love it. 2 in a row.
And he gives the ball the perfect deflection to dink it over his own goalkeeper, Emi Martinez.
Have we ever had a player get on the list twice in 2 separate games in the same game week?
Yeah.
Lovely. And that brings us to the end of Match Week 25 and on to Match Week 26.
And the first game,
Leek Brent.
Leicester versus Brentford.
It is,
4
and
goals.
It is 4 goals, and I'm up first. And we're going to go through these a little bit quicker because this video is going to get long. So, Leicester, Brentford, Caleb Ockley. What you doing?
What you done?
Too slow to react when Damsgaard plays Wisser in and then toes it into his own net.
Victor Christensen.
Again.
He's reversed far enough for Mbeumo to finally be happy enough to take a shot. Leicester's defensive shape needs to be studied because you would discover a new shape.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything with this amount of sides and corners and just none of the lines touch. It's
That's right.
beautiful.
Yeah.
It's wunderbar.
Like a spiky ball. A rare one now. What's he doing?
What's he done?
Jamie Vardy.
Oh yeah,
Getting on the list.
first ever.
First time ever since
Yeah.
What's He Doing started 2 years
He wasn't
ago.
in the league last year, so
Yeah, well, that's irrelevant. But still, first time on the list. He's got a case of the Isaks. Can't defend from a set piece. He's a number 9, but you don't want him defending.
And now, a fun name to say. Boubacar Soumare. And it's a great pass from Soumare to Fabio Carvalho. It's just a shame Carvalho plays for the other team.
Yeah.
And he stood 3 yards next to Boubacar Soumare, who, as he plays the pass over, decides, I can't look Hermansen in the face. Because Hermansen loses his mind
Yeah.
when
Saw
this
it.
goes in.
Mm.
I'm surprised it didn't just knock him clean out. And the next game,
Yeah.
David Moyes' return. Everton versus Man United.
And I don't know how you'd rate this return because they went 2-0 up really early on and then bottled it at the end. Amarin saving his britches. Yeah. But
It's very simply put. Man United should never not get 3 points against Everton.
yeah, that's exactly right. And yet here we are. Here they are scrambling for 1. And they only just did it. But up first, Nusayr Mazraoui. Sean, what's he doing?
What's he done?
Complains Beto is offside while he is the one playing Beto onside. And as much as Sean would have loved to have had this goal because he loves Beto, this is the sort of clown stuff that we're seeing a lot more of in the Premier League, and it's alarming us.
Yeah.
It's worrying. If you're the one playing him onside, complaining he's offside, sort yourself out. That must be so embarrassing.
I can't stand it.
Yeah.
It's one of the most infuriating things for me. Yeah, but no one cares because guess
true.
what?
What?
Harry Maguire's at fault. It's his
time.
first fault of the season.
Harry Maguire,
Yes.
oddly, never been. He's been on the list last
Yeah,
year.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
never been on the list this year so far. We're match week 26.
Yeah.
We're 2/3 of the way through, and he hasn't been there yet.
21
So,
appearances,
Yeah.
no faults. 22 appearances, one fault.
Let's go.
Harry Maguire,
What do you do?
poor man. He leaves the ball to Harrison in the middle of the box for
Yeah.
some reason. He's like, it's Jack Harrison, he won't score.
Yeah.
And then the ball gets flicked up in the air, and somehow Abdoulaye Doucouré beats him in an aerial duel.
Decore.
Yeah.
How?
Maguire decided, I don't need to jump.
Maguire's 6'5" and 4 foot of that is his forehead.
Yeah.
Bruno Fernandes has clearly had some inspiration from yours truly. Because from a future video that's coming up, which you'll see soon. Free kick masterclass, where it's just no fault goal, straight in the bottom bins, bam, no one's ready for it, it's in. Only I didn't have a wall, he did. So Well done, Bruno.
Beto. Phenomenal assist for Manuel Ugarte.
Mm-hmm.
The only issue is Ugarte plays for the other team.
Yeah.
And the little dink header he did to lay him in on the edge of the box, beautiful.
Yeah, it was wonderful to watch.
When I saw it was an Everton player that dinked it down to him, I was like, that better be better. And then guess what? It was
better. Be better.
It was better. It's Arsenal versus West Ham.
It is Arsenal West Ham, and up first, Ricardo Calafiori, another really cool name.
Yeah.
First name bit meh, but surname banging.
Yeah.
What's he doing?
What's he done?
Backing up and backing up. The 40-yard backup. Honestly, he thinks he's a semi-truck. And all this while marking Wan-Bissaka, just to get spun up and let him cross it in. Like, what are you doing, Calafiori?
What you done, Calafiori? Seeing
as that was only 1-0, I'm going to introduce the next one. Fulham Palace. Sean, take him away.
What a lovely place. Fulham versus Crystal Palace.
Fulham versus Crystal Palace.
Sander Berg jumped for the ball, missed the ball.
Yeah.
And Maxence Lacroix scored.
Love it, Macquarie.
That's all he did. All that happened. That's all that he doing.
Well, there's a bit more to the next one, Sean. What's he doing?
What's he done?
Calvin Bassey again. 2 game weeks in a row, same vid. Obviously, you know it's a double game week. But eats a flip-flap. Absolutely eats it by Munoz. And then just watches as Munoz leathers it past Endo in goal. Everyone must have been seething, but pap. Exactly how you want that skill to go. Like, just ate it. Pac-Man-esque. Oh, munched.
Bassey stepped back onto his right foot. And then the rest of his body weight was like,
yeah,
we're not going left again.
We can't go left, bruv. That's it. We're crumbling.
We committed.
We don't have the hips or the knees.
We're over there.
That's it.
Munoz.
Heard of this little thing called momentum?
I love a right back that just gets to the near post and just fires it at the keeper.
Yeah.
That's the best kind of right back.
Bournemouth versus Wolves.
Dean Huijsen. Now, this guy is apparently the next big thing at centre back.
Really?
But I've been watching him week in, week out. He's climbing the list.
Yep.
Climbing the list. He's completely missed the ball with his head. And the ball falls to Cunha. And if you're a Bournemouth defender at this point, that's the one guy you don't want the ball to fall to.
Agreed.
If you're going to miss the ball, don't have Cunha behind you.
No.
Because this guy, he'll score no matter what. Up next, Ipswich versus Spurs.
It is Spurs. Yeah, that's right. It's Ipswich Spurs now. And just, they've had 2 game weeks, all right, where they've been semi-decent. All right. And the first goal here, Sean, what's he doing?
What's done?
It's Ben Godfrey. Lines up with Son the whole attack, yeah, but can't touch him or get within 2 yards of him, apparently, because the ball just gets crossed straight across the box. Like, at least do something to stop Son. Like, there's not many options in the middle for him.
You cannot stop Son.
You can try, though.
Eventually, he will envelop the earth.
You could at least try.
Ben Godfrey hit us with the replay.
Yeah, he did.
Because Spurs scored the exact same goal twice in a row. Ben Godfrey did not learn from his mistakes. As Son is down the left wing, cross it across the box to Brennan Johnson, who puts it in the exact same spot.
Exactly. That is what you want to see as a manager, though. Something that works and then just keeps working.
Yeah, but not as the other manager.
Yeah, no, it's the other manager. No.
Not as the other manager.
You really don't want to see it as the other manager. You know what you really don't want to see as a Spurs manager? It's Kevin Danso getting on the list. What's he doing?
What's he done?
Another Spurs signing whose limbs seem to not understand each other. Like, there's no communication. Guy just gets to the ball, falls over, just, can't do that. Get on the list.
Luke Wolfenden.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
Wolfenden.
Where's that come from?
That's a place in the UK.
This
surely.
Don just plays for Ipswich, and his surname's Wolfenden.
Maybe it's pronounced Wolfenden or something like that.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe he's from there. But the first name Luke lets him down, obviously.
Obviously.
I apologise to all the Lukes out there, but boring first name.
Yeah.
And then Wolfenden.
Definitely not a man with 2 first names.
This guy turns around on the back of his shirt, says Wolfenden.
Yeah.
Mental.
Like, welcome to Wolfenden.
What a name. But he deflects a DJ Ed Spence shot.
Yeah.
Straight into the top bracket.
DJ Ed Spence.
Just upper bracket.
Wicka, wah, boom.
Yeah.
Simple.
DJ Ed Spence gets on the score sheet.
100%. And I get yet another coming up next. No fault goal. What's he doing?
Yeah. What's he done?
No one's done nothing, Sean. Dejan Kulusevski just showing off what he can do from the wing. If Spurs sign an actual midfielder, they could have a decent team on their hands.
But they
with the
won't.
exception of James Maddison.
But they won't sign an actual midfielder.
Who is banging.
They
But
won't do that.
they won't, actually. But that brings us to the end of that game, thank God. Southampton-Brighton coming right up.
4 more goals.
Yeah, they got an absolute
Oh, yeah.
peppering.
Oh, Mel Bella Kotchap.
What the fuck kind of name is that?
This guy was linked with Bayern Munich like 3 years ago.
His name's Ketchup.
Yeah, man. Bella as well. João Pedro just walks through Southampton. Like, walks directly through them. Has the ball, walking pace, through both centre-backs. And Bella Kotchap stood there and goes, Oh, he's done too many skills.
Oh, it was me. Oh,
And then Ramsdale gets lobbed.
Oh, Joe Aribo, what's he doing?
What's he done?
Fell over and kicked the ball to Brighton's winger.
That's silly.
That is silly. Don't fall over.
Shouldn't be doing that.
Don't give it to Brighton if you play for Southampton.
Don't give it to Minter.
It must be hard for Ramsdale. I feel for him because...
Oh, don't worry. Ramsdale, he got battered this game.
Yeah, I understand that, but surely he deserves a move away from the likes of Southampton.
This is his quality, I think.
That's just not fair.
You put Saliba and Gabriel in front of him, he looks world class.
No.
You put Bella Kochap and
Yukinari
Sugawara in front of him, then he's not saving anything. James Bree. Yeah, that's right. There's cheese on the list now. It's a speed issue, this one, for Bree, as he gives the ball away to Mitoma and then has no chance on earth of catching up with Mitoma.
Yeah.
And for some reason, Ramsdale's like, I'm just going to run out to the edge of the box and get lobbed again.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think he just wanted it.
He's just hoping that people don't see him desperately just screaming out of his thing, but everyone sees it.
For a guy that gives it so big to the crowd, he's useless now.
He has had a dramatic fall off. All right, and then just to add insult to injury, Sean, Joe Aribo, again, what are you doing?
What you done?
He's allergic to the ball. First he falls over, and now he moves out of the way of it, so big Jack Hinchelwood can bomb it to the bottom bin. Now, I would love to introduce this game with a smile on my face, but I can't. Aston Villa Chelsea. Sean, I'm angry.
But don't worry, because a former Chelsea player is at fault.
Great.
It's Ian Matson.
We just own the Premier League.
Yeah.
All our sloppy seconds.
He finally got shown the Wolves side of Pedro Neto.
Yeah.
The one we've been waiting for. Where Pedro Neto just runs at him for 40 yards while he's desperately trying to get back and, block the cross.
Yeah.
And then gets dribbled past.
Yeah.
And then Neto plays it across the box. Enzo Fernandez scores. 11 minutes in, Chelsea are 1-0 up. Oh,
Love
yeah.
to see it.
Oh, yeah, we're loving it.
Mm-hmm.
Then what happened?
I'll tell you what happens. Enzo Fernandez has a complete and utter switch up. What's he doing?
What's he done?
Hate to see him getting on the list, but why he's decided to play left back all of a sudden is beyond us. Certainly beyond me. Sean might know, but I don't know. He's played the first row of fans on side, which includes Rashford and Asensio. If the offside trap only works if you're paying attention, it's not your job to do that. You're a midfielder. But luckily, Sean, nothing else bad happened in this game.
No. Chelsea didn't have a complete and utter lack of goalkeeping ability yet again with a different goalkeeper. Philip Jorgensen. He's dropped the ball into his own net. The ball's gone directly through him. And Chelsea signed 11 keepers, and there's no way we didn't keep the worst two.
Yeah.
If the rest are worse than this, what would we see?
They must have had rock, paper, scissors for who stays. It certainly weren't skill accredited.
That brings us on to Newcastle, Nottingham Forest. And there's 7 goals, so expect some quick-fire times.
Oh, yeah, we're going to speed run it. So, Jacob Murphy got robbed by Hudson-Odoi.
Nikolai Milenkovic got nutmegged.
Nico Williams, this time, flicks it on to his own back post.
Ola Aina, give pen, get fault.
100%. Murillo deflects it over Sells.
Tino Livramento, sit-ems.
Love to see it. Stuck in that mud. And then lastly, Fabian Schär gives it Yates 3 yards out. It is City versus Liverpool, potentially a season-deciding match that City absolutely bottled like their Arsenal.
Not just City, though. One main guy.
One main guy.
Nathan Ake. He turned a relatively mundane Salah shot into a top-bin screamer with his big right foot.
Yeah.
Just for some reason decided, I'm going to kick this top bin.
Upgraded Mohamed Salah.
This corner routine
yeah,
was nice. Yeah, kick it front post, guy at the front post flicks it round to Salah. That's always going to work.
Who has a big left foot. Bang.
Salah kicks it as hard as he can. Ake sees the ball coming towards him and decides, I'm going to hook this top bins.
Yeah. What are you doing?
This should have been an own goal, but it wasn't.
No, he was on target already. That's not the rules.
Yeah, but it's not going in.
But just to make Man City's day even worse. Nathan Ake, what are you doing?
What have you done?
He's done it again. He's at the double. It's the last goal of the game. Remember, like, comment and subscribe.
Another former Chelsea player.
Yeah, well, again, we own the Premier League. He's marking Gvardiol, and it's his teammate on the list. Why are you marking your own teammate? He's not. Mark the Liverpool guy. Any one of them. Red shirt, pick one, not the blue ones. Although that does bring us to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I know it was a long time, so we're going to reward you by asking you to subscribe and get in the comments. And we're going to pick the top comment, and we're just going to respond to it.
Bye!
See you in the next one. Remember to like, comment, subscribe.
If you like the video, like the video.